Kelly, I do want to ask you about Elon Musk. It came up several times in the Oval Office, and we've just gotten a tweet in response from Elon Musk, the first word being whatever, and then saying he wants to keep those electric vehicle incentives in the bill, these tax cuts that he's upset over, which the president talked about, Kelly.
Well, this is notable. This has been one of the most interesting to watch dynamics between two billionaires over their relationship. And today, President Trump said he was disappointed in Elon Musk, said he expressed some surprise, even suggested that when people leave the administration, perhaps Musk is in this category, they might get what he called Trump derangements syndrome. That is different than the initial response we got from the White House, which is Caroline Leavitt, who said the president knows what Musk's views are on the bill, and he is not surprised by it, and it does not change his view of the bill. Clearly, the president expressed surprise and disappointment today, and certainly the electric vehicle credit is part of it. This White House, through its communications and through the sources we've been talking to, have projected that Musk's response and his sort of abomination tweet from the other day, social media post, that was really motivated by his business self-interest. And yet we've also heard the president say that Musk never asked him for anything. So there are a lot of conflicting descriptions of this relationship, what the issues are. Musk, in his new postings, is saying a slim, beautiful bill would be more acceptable. Take out the things that aren't worthwhile or aren't workable economically and keep what you can. So that is certainly an area to watch, what happens with this relationship, which has at times been incredibly close, certainly foundational. He supported the president with enormous amounts of money and time and expertise that he brought to the White House. So we will hear more about the Elon Musk relationship, I'm sure.